Hello class! Today we will be going over archetypes in The Breakfast Club. First, we will be going over what an archetype is. A very typical example of a certain person or thing. More specifically, it's a recurring pattern of images, situations, and symbols that are often found in mythology, art, dreams, and cultures. Meaning that there are different types, like character archetypes, situational archetypes, symbolic archetypes, and setting archetypes. These are only some of the major character archetypes. You'll see things like the hero, the jester, the lovers, and more. We see them in film and books all of the time. You might be most familiar with the hero versus the villain, like Batman versus Joker. Sometimes the hero might even have a sidekick. In Batman's case, he has Robin. He is also an archetype. Some situational archetypes are the rite of passage, the quest, death and rebirth, the fall, good versus evil, and the journey. The one most commonly seen is the hero's journey, like in Hercules and the Odyssey. Some familiar symbolic archetypes include colors, objects and things, and images. Lastly, there are setting archetypes, which is the location or the time in which a work takes place. It can be an island, the wasteland, utopias and dystopias, or during the apocalypse. Now we will be going over these archetypes in The Breakfast Club. The setting is in high school, a place where all of our archetypes will be introduced, specifically in detention. The first situational archetype that we see would be the initiation, which is when the group has to come to terms that come Monday morning they might not be friends anymore, even after realizing that they're not so different after all.
What's gonna happen to us on Monday when we're all together again? I mean, I consider you guys my friends. I'm not wrong, am I? No. So on Monday, what happens?
Are we still friends, you mean? We're friends now, that is?
Yeah.
Do you want the truth?
Yeah, I want the truth.
I don't think so.
The second situational archetype is the battle between good and evil. Being trapped together and labeled as the unwanted scum of the school, their common enemy becomes their principal.
My office is right across that hall. Any monkey business is ill-advised. Any questions?
Yeah, I got a question. Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
I'll give you the answer to that question, Mr. Bender, next Saturday. Don't mess with the bull, young man. You'll get the horns.
Now we will focus on the character archetypes, which include the evil principal, the criminal, the princess, the basket case, the brains, and the athlete. Richard Vernon is the classic evil principal. He's judgmental and doesn't seem to care much about his students' well-being.
That's the last time, Bender. That's the last time you ever make me look bad in front of those kids. Do you hear me? I make $31,000 a year, and I've got a home, and I'm not about to throw it away on some punk like you. But someday, man, someday, when you're out of here and you've forgotten all about this place, and they've forgotten all about you, and you're wrapped up in your own pathetic life, I'm gonna be there. That's right. Al, let's find out how tough you are. I want to know right now how tough you are. Come on, I'll give you the first punch. Let's go. Come on, right here. Just take the first shot. Please, and I'm begging you, take a shot right here. Come on. Just take one shot. That's all I need. Just one swing. That's what I thought.
John Bender is our criminal, always causing mischief. always vandalizing, and always getting into trouble. Claire Standish is our princess, someone who is very well liked and seems to always have everything together.
Excuse me, sir. I think there's been a mistake. I know it's detention, but, I don't think I belong in here.
It is now 7:06. You have exactly 8 hours and 54 minutes to think about why you're here, to ponder the error of your ways. And you may not talk.
Allison Reynolds is our basket case, socially awkward and sometimes a bit intimidating.
Keep eating your hand, you're not going to be hungry for lunch.
Brian Johnson is our brains, always getting straight A's and being pressured to be the perfect student and the perfect child.
Excuse me a sec. What are you babbling about?
Well, what I'd said was I'm in the math club, the Latin club, and the physics club.
Hey, Jerry. Do you belong to the physics club?
That's an academic club.
Andrew Clark is the athlete, the popular guy who can be a bully but only cares about sports. Symbolic archetypes in the film could be the colors that each member seems to be designated to wear. We see the stark contrast between female characters. Allison is usually wearing black, a color associated with mystery and darkness, while Claire is using pink, a color that's traditionally feminine. As for the male characters, Bender wears red, symbolic of his rage and anger. Andrew uses custom and traditional masculine blue, and Brian wears green, representative of his unjudgmental and caring nature. Each of these colors is reflective of their personalities in one way or another. And those are all archetypes that can be found in the story of The Breakfast Club.
We accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are. And you see us as you want to see us. In the simplest terms, with the most convenient definitions. But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain, and an athlete,
And a basket case. A princess.
and a criminal. Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.